Okay. And it's asking me, each one is separate. Okay. Yeah, I'm finding this stuff out at the last minute. Anyway, I guess I got to take Twitter off. We'll see. Anyway, we are live right now, I think. Hello, everyone. My name's Ada Janicek, and I'm with Infinity Fun and Travel, and welcome to our first Infinity Travel Talks. So my agent, Susan McCall, is joining me. Say hello, Susan.
Good morning, or it's actually afternoon, isn't it? This has been a long day.
Afternoon. Let me see if I can set this up that we can get. I think we can see the comments and things going on. All right, we are going to start with a little bit of information right now. There is some news going on right now. The 6 ships that were previously stranded in the Arabian Gulf, the Strait of Hormuz, they were released on April the 20th. And they're now going to their European ports that they're going to be doing different things at now. So they got released. They were stuck there for a pretty long time, weren't they, Sue?
Yes, a couple of months it's been.
Was it that long?
Yes, the passengers haven't been stuck there all that time. Just the crew, they managed to get the clients, the travelers off the ship and home, but the actual ship itself has been stuck there.
Yeah, I wonder how they handle that. I wonder if that went with our travel insurance or that was at their cost. I'm sure that the cruise lines will do something to compensate them, but we'll see. Next thing we were going to talk about. What'd you say, Sue?
Oh, no, it's okay.
Okay, the next thing we were going to talk about is the Europe has a ETIAS update. That's the European Travel Information and Authorization System. And that's a new entry requirement. And if you're hearing that, that's our puppy. My puppy's playing. And have a little compassion here. This is our first podcast. We're going to make mistakes. It's going to seem stupid. This is who we are. This is just what we're going to be doing for you. We're going to talk about the ETIAS update. And if you are not familiar with that, that's going to be connected to your passport. And that's going to be permission for you to enter 20 different countries. So you're going to have a 180-day period to use 90 days of that amount of time. So if you go somewhere and you use 10, you still have 80 days left. So in a 180-day period, you can only use 90 days. Now, in that 180-day period, if you've used, say, 20, and then it reaches that 180-day period, you get your 20 days back. If you've already, meaning if you've used 70 previously. So what that would be like, you have 90, you went on vacation one time for 20 days. And then 2 weeks later, you went on vacation for 70 days in Europe. Okay, so that 180 days, when that 20-day vacation expires, then you get your 20 days back. But you still have used the 70 days. So until that 70-day vacation expires within that 180-day period, then you'll get that back. So that's the way, I hope I explained that right. You have 180 days to use 90 days. You go past the 180 days, they start subtracting the amount that you've used within that time that went past the 180 days. So in other words, you don't get the whole, within the 180 days, you're not going to get all of that back yet, all of your time back. So this is going to be connected to your passport. Now, if your passport expires, you're going to have to start all over again. The clock starts all over again. It's connected to when your passport will expire.
And it's valid for 3 years
Yes.
unless your passport expires.
And if you're under 18, you won't have a fee. And if you're over 70, you won't have a fee. But it is required. And it's going to start in the late 2026 season, the last quarter. But right now, I can tell you, security going through that right now is taking a lot of time for people whenever they're going to Europe. So right now, there is a confusion with it. And you can go to the ETIAS site, and you can start registering now for it, but it doesn't take effect until the last quarter. Laddie. Sounds like my desk is exploding. All right. I don't see any comments yet, so let me make sure that I have that up so we can see that when they come in. All right. Let's see what else we should talk about. Sue, you were going to talk about, I know we were going to talk about Alaska, but what was the other thing you were going to talk about?
All-inclusive resorts.
Oh, let's hear about that.
Yeah, we have got a question about why can't I find true all-inclusive resort in the U.S.? And they're thinking about the Club Med, the old Club Med resorts that everything was included. We don't have those in the U.S. anymore. You can find them in Mexico and other countries, but now they're full service resorts, not all inclusive. And the resort fees, that covers access, not food and drinks. Think of it like a theme park. You're in, but everything that you do or eat is all an extra price. You pay your fee to get in the park, but then you pay for each thing once you're in there. And that's the way what we call all inclusive, that's what it is nowadays.
Okay. You are going to be going to Alaska soon too, aren't you?
Yes, in 17 days. I'm so excited.
And you're going to be on what ship?
The Bliss.
Norwegian
Bliss.
Yeah. And what route are you taking?
We're going up the Inside Pass, and we'll be stopping Juneau, Skagway, all the different ports, and seeing the glaciers. They've had some ships that have had to change that were going from Glacier Bay, and they've had to switch to Endicott Arm and Dawes Glacier. Mm-hmm. But that is not a downgrade at all. Endicott Arm is the most reliable glacier viewing, and Dawes Glacier allows the ships to get up closer. So many guests say that that's their favorite over the Glacier Bay. You get up close enough to see wildlife. It's a major harbor seal nursery. So you see seals, especially in the spring and early summer. They're having their babies, and you can see them sitting on the blocks of ice in the water, not have to go on an excursion to see them.
The Inside Strait's pretty common there too.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice, and it's not real strong waves.
No, it's not as rough as other areas, I guess, because you're in the inside, and so it's smoother. But we're just going to have to dress. And I think the high temperature is 48. May not seem cold to you, but this Texas girl, that's cold to me. So I will be layering.
Yeah, the high temperature is,
Well,
if you're lucky, will be in the high 60s. And you'll have a lot of mist and things, so you'll have to be dressed in layers with a hood and like a winter, not a winter, but just a, I want to say like a windbreaker with a hood. So that, I mean, because under the layers, you're going to be getting pretty hot, but as the day goes by, you can take them off because it'll reach the higher
right.
temperature.
Plus,
Also, the daylight's going to be stronger. You're going to have longer days.
yes,
You know?
yes, the time of year we're going.
They say it's daylight there at 5 in the morning and until 10 and 11 at night.
So that's, hope I have good dark curtains in my stateroom.
Also, I'm not sure if Norwegian has it. I think that they do, blankets that you can, that are in your room that you can put on your lap when you're on the balcony.
Actually, they don't furnish blankets like that, but what you can do is ask for an extra blanket for your room. But make sure you do it on your first day, because they'll give them all out.
Yeah.
So yeah, do that as soon as you get there. Ask your cabin steward, and they are always so nice and so ready to help you. But either that, or you can bring a little lap blanket, thermal or something from home.
And speaking of going on a cruise, for the Wi-Fi, there is something called Gigsky.
Yeah.
And you used Gigsky before, and we have a link in the bottom about that. That's for your Wi-Fi. You want to discuss that a little bit, Sue?
Okay. Yes. I found that last year when I was on a cruise, and it saves you money. It's a lot cheaper than what the cruise will charge. And you download your phone, download the app on your phone, and you're able to access, make emails, make phone calls and all. But like you were saying earlier, you can't just use it in your room. You want to explain that? Because
it's like a Faraday cage in your microwave. The microwaves don't hit you because there is a metal screen around your door. Same thing. You're talking about satellite here with Gigsky. So you have to have an open area to be able to receive the signal. You have to either be on your balcony or you have to be on a deck to be able to see it. So if you do go for Gigsky, you can't walk around inside the ship and be on the phone. You can't live feed within the ship. But it saves you a great deal of money too. All you have to do is go to the deck or go to your balcony to be able to transmit and make a call. So the prices are very low.
And they have very good customer service. I was having some trouble getting on there, and it might have been where I was trying to use it. But
right, I don't think you understood the Faraday.
Yeah, I called and got someone, and they helped me and walked me through everything, and they had, it was really a great service. I can recommend.
Go find something else to play with, not the bone. He's playing with this bone, and this bone is so loud. I'm sorry. Can you hear the bone real bad when he's banging it?
I can hear it banging.
Come here. Get up here. Say hello. This is Laddie. He is about 9 months, and he's full of it. That's why he's so loud. So I apologize all the noise, but that's what's going on. All right, get down. All right. All right. The next thing we're going to talk about is about the Bahamas. Now, in the Bahamas, there is a massive investment going on at Lookout Cay and Celebration Key. And the difference between that, I think they say K because Spanish pronounce that K. And that means that there's more reason to get off the ship in Nassau. So that's pretty exciting. Okay, and also the hurricane season is going to be near normal this year, which is wonderful. And it's going to be calmer than 2025. 2025 was crazy. We also have, this is you talking about Hawaii. You want to talk about Hawaii, or would you like me to take that?
Go ahead.
All right. Sue had wrote a piece here about suggesting that you skip doing this in the winter, which is generally what everybody wants to do, is do it in the winter. But if you do it in May or September, she says that that's called the shoulder season, and that you'll save a great deal of money with that. So we suggest maybe you would like to try that. Also, we are going to be having group cruising, and that's going to start very soon. We're trying to decide where we want to go. So if you could leave a comment of where you think we would like to go, it's Hawaii or Alaska or in the Caribbean. I don't think so much that we're going to do Europe right now, but we will end up doing Europe a little bit later in the year, like maybe a river cruise. So that's what some things we're thinking of. Drop a comment and let us know what the next group cruise that you think that you would like to go on. We'd appreciate that.
And for those that don't know what a group cruise is, it can be friends, family. It can actually be a group of people that don't even know each other. It could be a club, something, but we get a group together, and you get special rates and amenities by doing it as a group instead of just one cabin.
The acronym for Infinity Fun and Travel, you'll hear us referring to that. That's going to be IFAT. So we talk about IFAT a lot, and we put deposits on a lot of cabins, a group of cabins, and that could be called a group. But then we also book those cabins, and those people don't even know they're with the group. So the reason why they want to be in that group is for the price advantage. It's like Sam's Club or Costco. We purchase them when they come we book them when they come out right in the beginning, because each month they increase in price. So we have the advantage. If we get them right when they come out, they're the lowest that they're going to be. The problem with that is we have to see whether or not the cruise line will let us give some of our advantages that we can give you, some of our benefits. Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. So that's the only disadvantage with them. But it does work out that they are cheaper in the overall. Even if you want to add Wi-Fi, even if you want the drink package, even if you want that, you'll find that this many times are going to be $500 to $800, maybe $2,000 cheap, depending on which cruise you go to, cheaper. So
there is an advantage to getting in one of our groups.
Right. And also, well, sometimes too, if we, sometimes like if you do a hosted group, which is what we were talking about before, if we're going to do a hosted group, we're going to all go on there together, and then we'll do certain things. And then if you can go and do what you like, but sometimes we're going to have cocktail parties, or sometimes we're just going to have an event that we get there and talk and meet and mingle. and that might be something you're interested in. We'll have to see. We're just going to play it by ear and see what people want. What else should we talk about, Sue?
The fuel prices.
Oh,
right
yeah.
now, everyone is talking about fuel prices and how is that going to affect a cruise, your cruise. It's going to affect flights more than cruising, because cruise ships, again, they buy it in big bundles. And like when I booked my trip, I started booking last fall, made the initial deposit. And so that price that I got then is my price. It didn't go up during these last months. I had to have it paid in full in January, although there are still people booking. But we got it at that price, and so there wouldn't be any raises. Cruise ships just don't raise prices, like I said, like airlines does, or for your car. They're set so far in advance. I know right now it's a little, but normally I would say book it early to keep that price in.
Right. Now, as far as booking, the airlines, I mean, it's getting to be the worst part of this whole thing about traveling is airlines. And what we do a lot of times is we try to help the client with navigating that. So we make sure that there's assistance if you need it. And whenever you go on a trip with us, we have an itinerary. But we also are on our phone, sitting at our desk between 9 and 5. You can call us, and if you have any kind of problem or need assistance, we can see what we can do to help you. So you're not on any of this the travel by yourself. So we're with you at this point. So we try to make it easier for you. And many times our clients we rent scooters for, and they help them a great deal. Now that it's getting to be when you're going into cruising that they're limiting the scooters. So we know which scooters that you can rent that are foldable, that you can use going around the ship, but whenever you bring it in, you can fold it and you could put it to the side. So you don't have to have a handicap room to have a scooter. And people, when they're getting to be 50 and above, really can't walk as much as they could before, but they do want to see things. So what we have that understanding because we're over 50. So we use scooters all the time. I
just reserved one for my husband for our upcoming Alaska trip.
The only thing with the scooter is you have to make sure it doesn't get wet. Was it Nassau we were in that we got into the rainstorm? It was on Celebrity.
Yes, I think it was in Mexico. Cozumel, it might have been. Cozumel?
I don't know, but
I can't remember.
Mine got wet, and yes. it was going, and then all of a sudden it wouldn't go. And so I got off and tried to push it, and of course they're not cast members from the cruise, but maybe they were because they were the people that checked you in. They helped me push it back onto the tender, and then I dried it up. And then after I dried it up, it started running again. So you cannot let the controls get wet at all. That's the only thing you can't do with it. And I learned the hard way about that.
Another thing is some of the if you are in a port that has to tender, some of the tenders can accommodate them and some of them can't. So when you make your excursions, you need to keep that in mind.
Yeah, well, we know when you book with us, we know which ones that you can go on, what kind of activity level it's going to be. And then we'll
Mhm.
discuss that with you. But some things we always suggest are travel insurance. Now, sure, your card has travel insurance. You have travel insurance with the cruise lines, the airlines. Generally, those are proprietary to their, like, cruise lines. They would carry your flight and things, but the thing is, they're selling an insurance. They're not the provider. How how do you file a claim? You don't file it through them. You're going to file it through a third party, and some claims take up to a year or more to get settled. So we have a provider that we use. Allianz is who we use, which after you file the claim, it's generally 3 weeks and you get paid. We also make sure certain conditions are going to be met with that. You have to be extremely sure of what you're buying with travel insurance, who you're buying it from, and what you're paying for. Now, you can say you have a certain kind of insurance, medical insurance, but you don't know what all that medical insurance is going to pay for until the provider says the claim is approved. Same thing when you're talking about travel insurance. So that's very important for you to understand. So we do have our travel business is Infinity Fun and Travel. So please call us if you want some help with your planning your travel. And we are a concierge agency. So we do have a service fee, and our service fee is $400. Many times we save you that much. We're with you in spirit, and you call us, we talk to you, we help you. You have a problem, if you have a concern, we help you and direct you of where to go. Now, it's been about 3 or 4 years ago, but we were on, I think it was a Royal Caribbean ship, and we were on the Pacific that was going to
Cabo San Lucas.
Cabo San Lucas. There, I'll spit it out. I'm sorry. And on the way there, someone had something going on where it was an emergency, and the ship docked in the middle of the ocean. You have to stand still for the helicopter to come. The helicopter came, and it couldn't take the patient. He wasn't stable. So they had to keep circling the ship for about 6 hours. And we were able to go on the monitor, and we could see it in our room. We could watch it happen from the front of the ship. Now, we ended up finding out that that was one of our clients. And also we found out most of my clients buy insurance, so he was covered. So that's how important it is. One of those flights can cost you $500,000. And the fact that it had to keep flying around, they don't do that for free. So you never know when an emergency is going to happen. So buy travel insurance. Even if you don't buy it from me, know what you're doing when you do it. Anything else, Sue?
I think we've about covered everything that we had for today.
I think so. I don't know how long we've been. Oh, we've been on 30 minutes. Hope we're not that terrible. It's our first one. Remember, we'll get better. In fact, I forgot to hit go live with Instagram. I'm a bad girl. I didn't know. They told me, they said that 2 minutes before I go on here, go to Instagram and hit live. Maybe I'm live. I don't know. Maybe I did it and I forgot I did it. I don't know. Because I know I was going to do it. Anyhow. All right. Well, we're going to let you go now. And please leave a comment. Please let us know if you enjoy this content. Please hit like and subscribe and make us look good. We're trying. We'll get better. We promise. All right. And we'd like to thank you for tuning in, though. And God bless. You take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.